Okay, welcome back to part 11. This is an extra part that I'm recording. As kind of as an apology for the early access videos being a bit late for particularly for Fata Morgana. So yeah, sorry about that for those unaffected. But yep, I'm doing an extra part right now, so hopefully it's all good. I also was informed that the pronunciation of the Mafia Man, the current master of the mansion in door 3, I said it wrong because yeah, obviously, it's not Jacopo, it's Jacopo because Italian or something. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. Actually, let me do that on my end and also mute my phone notifications real quick. Okay. And then just one more thing. I really should start doing this before starting the recording, but you know. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a bit of a longer recording this time around. Oh, the music is going hard. I'm hoping to get a bit of a longer recording this time because I've already had like 2 videos which are like barely an hour or even less, so yeah, that's not ideal. Let's try to go for over 2 hours this time. The house of in Fata Morgana, Cosca. The next morning, Jacopo stood alone in the den by the billiard table or something, billiard table room. Okay. Luckily I've had some time to de-stress from the... Oh, the music is going hard once again. I really like this track. Oh, yeah, I've luckily had some time to de-stress from the part 10, which I recorded yesterday. Yeah, all that yelling from Jacopo. Oh boy. The next morning, Jacopo stood alone in the den by the billiards table. He appeared to be rather agitated. His face was twisted into a frown, his pointer finger tapping restlessly against the hard surface of the table. Evidently no longer able to stay in one place, he placed a circle around the table, then swiped up a rack and a cue, setting up a game of 9-ball. I am not intimately familiar with the ways by which men entertain themselves, but in truth, I was bewitched by the sight of him leaning over the table. Yeah, that is definitely an aesthetic. It almost seemed as though a steel rod ran straight from his shoulder to the tip of his outstretched finger, upon which the cue was secured by another finger looped over it. With a smooth, flowing motion, he thrust the cue forward slightly, pulling it back and repeating the process once more, before ramming it into the cue ball, sending it rolling into the diamond of colored balls. I'm a big fan of billiards. A chorus of clicks and clacks emanated from the center of the room. Balls collided with one another and ricocheted off the cushioned walls, a few landing in the pockets situated around the edges of the table. Jacopo appeared to have accomplished this with little trouble, but I imagine merely striking the cue ball with the stick would be rather difficult for someone inexperienced. Maybe. I mean, your first few tries might not be successful, but it's much easier than something like hitting a golf ball with a good amount of force. Since, you know, you just need to make sure that your stick doesn't like wave around too much and just try to center the force forward. but despite his accomplishment, it seemed to only exacerbate his agitation. Lousy positioning, he muttered, though I hadn't the faintest idea what he was talking about. What should have been a game for his enjoyment, he went about with a constant look of exacerbation. Yeah. I suspect he was using it as a way to blow off steam. Yeah, that seems to be the case very much. I really wonder what is troubling him so much. It's definitely a multitude of things. The railway project, the whole situation with having trouble with the white-haired girl, and being stressed about his family, and maybe some other stuff. And as a result, the tension in the air was palpable. Maybe also, since he's investing so much money into the railroad project, maybe he has also loaned a lot of money, so there's might be stress regarding that. I could see that being a thing. Like he needs to produce results or do something, but he's really stressed about it. I felt it would be improper to intrude upon him, even considering my distaste for the man. There was an undeniable beauty in every motion he made, every perfectly audible clack, billiard balls bouncing off one another. It was an enchanting sight. But then, someone without the slightest regard of or appreciation for beauty came, marching in with a hammer to shatter it like glass. Ooh, Maria or one of his guy friends. I'm just gonna assume it's Maria. Gotta say, that was pretty impressive. Ugh. Oh, a random guy. A man leaned against the frame of the open door. He was neither a resident nor worker of the mansion. The man's face was covered in scraggly stubble, his body draped in grime-caked garments. His eyes were sunken so deep it was as though I was looking at a fleshless skull, though there was a feral glimmer in them. Ooh, I want to see this design. I very much want to see this design. Needless to say, he was not prim and proper. How long have you been there? Ah, Tommaso. Tommaso? Not long, but man, I can't help laughing. You were completely in your own world there. What do you want? And why didn't you send a maid for me? Don't be such a hard ass. We ain't strangers, man. Why should family have to go through the maids to get to see you? Ah, Tommaso, okay. That just ain't right, brother. Your door should always be open for family. Enough. I'm not your family. We're bound by something even stronger than blood. By our family, our Koska. Don't! You only ever bring up the Koska when it's in your interest. Ooh, scary. Come on now. What happened to you, little Jack? Where did the little boy who used to call me Uncle Tommy go? Don't you dare use that godforsaken name. Get the hell out of my sight. What in God's name are you doing here? The man hailed from the same country as Jacopo. They had a peculiar relationship. Though they were not blood related, he referred to Jacopo as family. They came from a sunny island in the Mediterranean Sea, a place of many unique customs. and an entire underground society. Koska was a word that originated from and referred to those underworld families. It would be another 30 or so years before organizations like theirs received much public attention. At the time, they were not widely known. A little bit of pre public mafia stuff. Just a short step into the future, and they would grow so powerful the very mention of them would send a chill through the room. I wonder if it's due to the influence of what Jacopo and Tommaso here will be able to accomplish, or if it's just stuff people doing stuff within the country that they managed to grow strong and influential. I don't know. I haven't studied any mafia history. Hey now, that's no way to talk to a fellow Berzati. I don't know how I pronounce it. Berzati? Berzati? Maybe? I don't know. You are on the shortlist to become the next Capo Familia. We respect our brothers. That's how we operate. I could go home and say you threw me out of your house. How'd you like those rumors to spread? The soon-to-be Capo Familia wouldn't even listen to a little request. I very much doubt anything you said could damage my reputation. I ain't been exiled yet. And as long as I'm still one of them, they won't ignore me. Oh, that's some mighty fine-looking whiskey you got there. Don't mind if I do. Nothing here is for you to drink. Booze is my lifeblood, man. No love for a brother? You worthless leech. It surely won't be long before you find yourself in exile. If you're lucky enough to get off the hook with just exile, that is. A child could snap that scrawny neck of yours. I may have made a mistake giving him a more deeper voice. Maybe we should go with I don't know. If I'm gonna go, I'd rather go tied up, tortured for days, covered in tiny little cuts from head to toe. You sick bastard. It disgusts me. Call me a carnal adventurer. I despise the mundane. Last thing I want is to go out like a wet fart. Is this what you came for? Waste my time with your inspired nonsense? Oh, hardly. Surely you have an idea what I'm here for. And how much I need. You damned maggot. A worthless leech. A thick bastard. And a damned maggot. What other names you got up your sleeve for me? You son of a... Do you honestly think this is how you ask for a favor? Oops, excuse me. I beg of thee, O esteemed future Capo Familia. I'm bone broke, not even enough money to put bread on the table. Could you spare a little for a brother? You brought this on yourself, I'm sure. I hear more than enough stories about you, and hardly any of them pleasant. Drinking, gambling, debauchery. I'm humiliated to be in the same Casca as you. You wanna make money playing, you gotta learn the game first. Says the worm who played himself into oblivion. Now, do you honestly believe I'll give you anything? Oh, but you will. You got no choice. Oscar rules. You're required to help a fellow countryman. Especially considering how few of us are stranded on this colossal landmass. You won't even notice the money's missing. It ain't because you can't, but because you don't wanna. But Jacopo, being a tight ass does nothing for you. This is true, except I guess in certain circles, being a tight ass or a hard ass or whatever you are presenting yourself as, it might like give others like an impression of you that you're more commanding than you actually might be, which is like not necessarily respect or fear, but something in between, and that might come in useful at some point. You know, making people see you a certain way. Me coming to you for help keeps your good name clean. That's the thing about being boss. You quietly keep little shits like me out of trouble, so that trouble don't come raining back on you. You do not seem to understand your place. Rather than lecturing me, you should be on your hands and knees, begging and crying for my help. If that's what you want, I'll gladly comply. Happy to kiss your boots while I'm at it. Don't even think about it. Know this, there won't be a second time. I will be reporting your conduct to the family back home. I look forward to seeing how they deal with you. Just try to have a little mercy, would you? Hey, is there a maid around? It doesn't matter who. How may I serve you, master? Get a single stack from the safe. Here's the key. Goes without saying, but don't touch anything else. Give the money to that man, as you're escorting him out the door. As you wish. Is that all you needed? Yes, get to it. Very well. Excuse me. Well. That's one looker of a maid you got there, Tommaso. You better not even try to go for her. You're gonna die trying. You're gonna die a miserable death. But there's something, I don't know, eerie, strange about her. Fancy that. We agree on something. How long has she been working here? Couldn't tell you. As I recall, she came with the house. Is that the kind of woman you fancy? A gal you can't read will always be interesting. This is true. This is very true. But this doesn't just apply to like girls or more broadly characters. This also applies to stories. As long as you keep around mystery and mystique, things will be much more interesting and much more. You'll be much more invested because there's always something at the back of your head nagging you that, oh yeah, I still don't know exactly what's going on, or I still don't know exactly what's the deal with this. So that definitely, I don't know, it's something about unresolved things stick better in your mind, because as soon as you resolve all conflicts and everything becomes clear, they like go out of your memory real fast. But if things are unresolved, your brain tries to like repeatedly bring it up and make you memorize it or something like that. I don't remember the exact terminology or the exact wording, but something like that. But yeah, mysteries are good. Is that so? Now that he mentions it, how old is that woman? Yeah, that is a good question. Though I suppose it doesn't matter too much. It doesn't much matter. Oh yeah, Jacopo. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, sorry, Jacopo. What is it this time? And if it's more of your blather, I will shoot you dead where you stand. No, no need for threats. This one's about your, better half? Wife, yeah, or white-haired girl? What about my wife? Well, to put it simply, yeah. She came to me asking for advice, looking a little distressed. My wife asked you for advice? Yep. From the sounds of it, you're pretty tough on the little lady. That just ain't right, man. You managed to snack yourself abroad that pretty. You oughta treat her at least a little better, you hear? She looks good, she looks good with smile. You gotta make her show it to you every once in a while. Why would she come to you about that? Don't ask me. Maybe she ain't got no one else to talk to. And you know, for whatever it's worth, I'm a part of the same Casca. Guess she thought I'd get through to you easier? Really, you just have to put a little more thought into how you act around her, and she'll be smiling for you like always. Oh yeah, I've got just the thing. Women love this stuff. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. You got some kind of aphrodisiac thingy or drugs or... Never mind, it was more wholesome. Is that perfume? Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. I'm a big fan of this stuff too. Smells great. I recently watched the rather at least at the time of recording the rather new video from internet historian about perfumes and all that very interesting history regarding them. Weird stuff also, like how people used to, before modern days, people used to like go after, I don't know, ass. Yeah, something regarding ass, like animal asses, and extracting stuff from those, and then putting herbs in them or something and mixing them with the right proportions and oil and whatever, make perfumes. But now they've obviously, in modern days, it's much more refined, and we've moved on from animal ass, and now we're just plainly using synthetic smells just by mixing molecules, or I don't know, not molecules, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Pretty girl smiles at you wearing some of this. Any man to be in love with an Pretty girl smiles at you wearing some of this. Any man to be in love in an instant. You've never given her nothing fashionable before, have you? May look like just scented water, but you can't let that fool you. Go on, give it to her. You like a nice smelling lady too, don't you? A little bit of scent can give a different flavor to your nighttime excitement. Vanilla. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll be taking my leave. Don't want to keep your maid waiting too long and get on her bad side. Hold on, Tommaso. Why would she make it last? That's all the advice your Uncle Tommy has for you. Ciao. Wait, Tommaso. Very interesting character, Tommaso. I could go after him. It would be a simple task to catch him, grab him by the neck, make him tell me. Tell me where he spoke with her and what she told him. So you are still very much interested in what your wife is doing. Why aren't you talking directly to her? But why? Why will my legs not move? That is interesting. Okay, this is the much needed Jacopo character building. Asking him for advice. Fashionable perfume. Her smile. She looks good with a smile. She'll be smiling like for you like always. There can't be. She hardly ever smiles around me. But she'll smile for him. So you want the white-haired girl to like you, to smile around you, to be nice to you, but and you envy. You envy Tommaso. Okay. My man, you need to have an event and realize that you need to treat others better around you. That'll be your character arc for now. Last night, when she was short of breath, having such a grand time, wearing that perfume, getting ready to leave the house. Just who was that smile for? Ooh, and he's very much grimacing. God damn it! Don't you think I'll let you run free any longer? Uh-oh. I think he went to the more darker conclusion. Oh no. Or and he reached the more darker answer, sorry. Not good, not good. Oh no. Laughing nervously here. His eyebrows were furrowed, creating deep creases on his forehead. Several servants stood off to the side, watching their master attentively as he stomped past them down the corridor. However, no one said a word to him. Had I not been preoccupied attending to his countryman, I likely could have prevented it. Uh-oh. The look on his face would have made it obvious something bad was about to happen. Oh boy. Okay, let's get mentally ready for the, I don't know, wife beating that is about to happen or something. Something that would serve only to further her misfortune. She was already in a less than ideal situation, and it was perched on the edge of a hill, soon to begin rolling down into an even worse territory. Yeah, Jacopo, what's the matter? If you wanted to visit, you could have said something, rather than coming in without knocking. Is that really necessary? Pardon? Is there something you so desperately want to keep from me that I must knock before entering? I should have to let you know I'm in advance that I'm coming. Oh boy. Kinda reminding here of Yukimasa. Expression wise. Oh boy. What are you? Hell, he's there. You went to talk to him? Behind my back, I'm told. What did you tell him? You moaned to him about my behavior? Oh. That hurts. Oh. Oh no. His arm is in a fist. You told him I'm rough with you? You cried on his shoulder because I'm not nice enough? him, of all people. She didn't know. She didn't know it was that Tommaso is a bad person to talk to about his behavior, because it reflects on the Capo Familia. Also red in tone. Easily change skin. I forget what the skin condition is called, but yeah. Wait, Jacopo! You're mistaken. Let me... Silence. Not a word, not a single godforsaken word. The only thing that comes out of your mouth is excuses, lies and fabrication. You put on this sweet, innocent little girl act. What's really going through your head? I should just rip that mask off your face. Oh. Stop, Jacopo. You look down on me. Your nobility. Just a nobody who married into it. No, stop. Let go of me, please. When did it start? How long have you been seeing him? Oh, yeah. Assuming that she's, cheating him. Yeah, so insecurities about his position regarding, when compared to her origin. Feels the need to get rich and get big and, be respected. Because of his, low birth. Who else have you been seeing? Covering yourself in fashionable perfume and smiling, even though you never smile around me. Please, let me go. I can see it in your eyes. He's just a worthless commoner. Why would you think that? Why will you not listen to me? Silence. It's all your fault. Every last thing. I tell you not to leave the house, but you do. I tell you to do as I say, but you ignore me. The last thing you do drives me mad. I don't have time right now to deal with this. Rack my mind over you, over a woman. I don't have time for it. Why do you not do as I say? Do you not have enough already, huh? Will you not be satisfied until you've taken even my arms and legs? I've given you money, clothing, everything. You have an incredible life. Look around you. That life of luxury you and your parents wanted. It's right here. You have it. What more could you possibly want? Why do you insist on being unfaithful? Unfaithful? You think that what I am doing is unfaithful to you? How else should I describe it? You leave your room despite my ordering you not to? Don't you think I don't know? When you came to the den the other day, you had your eyes on the other men. No, I did not. I had no such inclination. Enough! Not another word from you! I have no interest in your excuses. That's how you're gonna act. Then say goodbye to your freedom. You're forbidden from leaving the mansion, or your room for that matter. Or even speaking to the servants. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make you a new room. Too many people come in and out of this one. That kind of made me think about the story she told in door 1 about the locked room again. What if it's actually that and we have some weird time shit going on? Okay, whatever. Continue looking. It'll be somewhere quieter. Out away. You like the garden? How about I put it there? If you leave that room without my permission, this time, I'll kill you. Why? Why will you not listen to me? Oh boy. Well, at least he seemingly. I mean, it didn't go well at all, and I can at least say that he didn't get physical with her, but emotional damage is as bad. So it's not really a not as it's not like I can say that it didn't go as badly as I expected because it went bad. But yeah, oh boy, yeah, yeah. Jacopo has some um self worth issues. Yeah, he definitely wants recognition and um bad not coincidences, but yeah, bad circumstances just here and at the wrong place at the wrong time, talking to the wrong person leads to all kinds of uh, unhappy situations here. Oh boy. But yeah, I do wonder if why he doesn't give her the time of day to even get two full sentences out. Like obviously he's mad currently, so he wouldn't allow it. But maybe when he's more calm and rational later on, maybe we can talk some stuff out. I doubt it, but maybe. Oh boy. Jacopo, the master of the house, likely loved the white haired girl. That is what I saw in their exchange. Normally, love is supposed to be a sweet, warm, wonderful emotion. Oh, you mean this exchange just now? Um, normally so unnormal. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Like, he cares about her in a sense, or like he's obsessive about her and how she sees him and how she interacts with others and not him. So it's like half about himself and him wanting others to respect him, but it's also partly because uh she's not doing things the way he would expect her to do, and he wants her to pay attention to him. Yeah. So yeah, it's self-respect issues mixed with jealousy, mixed with I don't know, stress. Yeah, it makes you care for, value that person even more than yourself. But it was the exact opposite for him. I never knew that love can be such a painful thing. How did his love end up so twisted? What did he expect to happen by confining and abusing the woman he loved? Perhaps he was conscious of that. To be human is to sometimes find oneself driven by uncontrollable internal impulses. Okay, online considering door 2 and that Yukimasa came to the conclusion that he is a beast or something because he definitely gave in to his uncontrollable internal impulses. And here we say that it's to be human is to do that. Okay, cool. But yeah. Mm, yeah, I wouldn't call Jacopo like a yandere type, but somewhere close to that, I guess, if we're assuming the maid's perspective here is correct of him. Okay. A few days later, Jacopo dragged the white-haired girl from her chamber and led her outside. Oh no, please don't keep her in the sun. Is she gonna die a horrible death because she's overexposed to the sun? Oh no. The garden she had once loved was now a thing of the past. It had become a dreary space, nary a rose in sight, and being taken there did nothing to improve her mood, only sadden her further. The cold, grey piles of metal freckling the barren earth seemed to mock her. Her husband led her, the lady of the house, to a shed that had been repurposed into a Spartan living area. Okay, well, at least she has a roof on top of her. She begged and pleaded, but Jacopo would not have it. He shoved her into the sad little shack and locked the door. Oh boy. Okay, is that the shack? Because that's much bigger than I thought. Okay. Yeah, I was expecting like um but this edge of window here would be the edge of it, and then before this table you would have up to this door frame, like that kind of living space, like a fifth of this room here. But yeah, it's much more bigger. At least she has a bed here. Good. Oh, well, obviously not good, but like compared to what I had in mind, good. How how did things end up this way? Why? All I wanted was to go back to the way things used to be. For us to be able to smile around each other. Yeah. It's not gonna get better because there's a tragedy behind probably every door, so yeah. It had been several days since Jacopo had locked her in the shed, and her day-to-day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals 3 times a day. Sorry, I'm gonna mute for a moment. Okay, yeah, my throat was getting a bit dry. It's always a problem with Fata Morgana because there's no voice acting, so I voice everything by myself, so there's much more talking. But we will push through the yeah. And despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. God, I hate that kind of stuff. Not even in the shadows, out of her presence, the tactless young maidservant whispered directly to the white-haired girl when they brought her meals. Oh. Look at you, madam, caged away like cattle. Could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart here. I imagine she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. Yeah, she's well, I don't know about door 1 because her life before she came to the mansion might have been very rough. But door 2, she seemed to, despite being blind, she seemed to have led a decent life, and even in the mansion, she had a decent life. Uh, Even though the ending was horrible for her, obviously. And the same thing in door 1, the mansion life for her was fine, despite maybe a bit annoying because Nelly was shouting at her at times or jealous of her before her tragic end there too. Uh, but yeah, here in door 3, her life in the mansion has been the worst out of the 3 doors so far. Like, she lives the good life. She's not a maid servant anymore, but like so much mental stress and hopefully no abuse, but you know, you never know. Right. I imagine she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery, of ridicule. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she still had her one and only ally. Yeah, Maria the goat. The maid Maria volunteered to attend to the white-haired girl. Maria took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white-haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. She did not leave as soon as meals were finished, instead remaining in the shed with the white-haired girl for some time. Girl, why she's the goat. Madam, how about the funny story? I flopped up pretty hard the other day. You wanna hear about that? So, a couple days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out in the kitchen, half awake, plating up some food, and when I go bring it out to the guest, my heart about leaps out of my mouth. Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. The guest didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh? Oh, did you? Sounds like it was a pretty bad day. Yeah. Hmm. Hey, madam, I know there's not much point in telling you to cheer up right now, but I'm sure he won't keep you locked up forever. He's just a bit crappy for now. It'll be alright. Although I guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. Hmm. Uh, I'm sorry, madam. If only I had pushed him a bit harder. If only I had a little more influence, you might not be in this situation. Although I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that. Of course not, Maria. You absolutely are. just by your just your being here takes a great weight off my shoulders. Uh, Still though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid, I can't set you free. It's okay. I am used to being imprisoned. What? What do you mean you're used to it? You never locked your door before. Uh, you're right. I am not sure why, but I feel as though I have been in a similar predicament before, lacking freedom and contact with others for a long stretch of time. Hmm. Uh, I'm sure it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madam. No one should ever be used to living like this. Yeah. Yes, I agree. And I pray things go back to the way they were soon. Has getting mad at him never crossed your mind? Getting mad? Yeah, you know. When he yells, you yell back. Let him know he's in the wrong. Never considered doing that? I... I guess you're not one to get angry, madam. Which would mean you're a better fit for the Holy Mother than me. Oh, no. I do. I do sometimes want to get angry. To tell you the truth, it's almost always going through my mind how, if I did raise my voice, perhaps he would listen to what I have to say. But when I'm standing there in front of him, and he starts shouting at me, I freeze up and end up not saying a word. I'm just such a pitiful woman. Everything about me. When I need to speak up the most, to stand up for myself, I cannot. Ah, oh, don't look so down. That's not a bad thing. It's just you got in a little bit of a prickle right now. It's just you in a little bit of a prickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with him. You hear me? In my mind, your modesty is a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are, reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madam. Were you able to clear up his confusion about the night when we were dancing? Oh, about that. Sorry, he just wouldn't hear it. I see. But I'm not throwing in the towel. I'll keep trying as long as it takes. So, hey, Maria, could I perhaps ask another favor? Huh? Yeah, sure, let me have it. I would like to write him a letter. A letter? Someone who lives in the same house? Yes. As things stand, I cannot simply go visit him on a whim. And I feel as though I could calmly express on paper things I am unable to say to him face to face. That is, I think that's an actually great idea. Like, assuming that Jacopo won't throw in the towel, won't throw the letter out and actually reads it, gives it the time of day. I think that's a really great way of for you to do things for now because of how your mannerisms are. Let's just hope it goes well. Let's hope he doesn't take it the wrong way. Like something like, what do you mean you're not even willing to talk to me now? You have to talk to me via letters or something like that. You never know. I suspect I might have more luck that way. I also believe he would be more likely to maintain his composure reading my thoughts in a letter than hearing them from my mouth. Yeah, because even though he loves you or is conflicted about you, is emotionally invested in you at the very least. But let's just say that even though he loves you, uh, he can definitely be short-tempered and easily annoyed by the manner in which you speak slowly and hesitantly. Or maybe that might just be my own interpretation of her, because that's the kind of a voice I've given to her. But I feel like that's how she would talk. Anyways, like your more reserved nature and the way you hesitate about things might get on his nerves while you try to explain things. So yeah, reading a letter is very neutral. Might be a better way to communicate, at least in this very situation here. Oh boy. Let's hope it goes well. With it, I can clear up all the confusion, and things can go back to the way they were. A letter, huh? Interesting. I'll write the letter, which I would like you to deliver to him. May I ask that of you? Absolutely, not a problem. Thank you, Maria. You are the only person I can count on, and I mean that. I feel well, I don't know. I don't know. But I really hope nothing bad happens to Maria. Not just for the sake of Maria, obviously. I don't want her to die or suffer any horrible fate. But if she would suffer some horrible fate, die or get fired or go away, that would also directly affect the white-haired girl. She would not have anyone to talk to anymore, and she would definitely spiral into the depths of despair. Let's hope things go well. At least for now, because things will go south eventually. Why? How did this happen? Why would she betray me? I wanted to give her a decently happy life. I didn't want to get violent with her. Yet, when I saw her face, when I heard what she had to say, I couldn't restrain myself. I guess what it comes down to is that no matter how you dressed up, I'm still a Berzotti. I'm just assuming that's how you would pronounce it because it's Italian sounding. Berzotti or something. There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. Am I fretting over this nonsense? And I'm supposed to be the future head? An illusion. But they're dancing. They really are. And they look like they're having a wonderful time. Are you sure it's an illusion and not something else? To me, it does not seem to be. I cannot see it as anything but two tiny people dancing. That's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab them. You won't be able to. Ah, you're right. That's a shame. I didn't think you actually would. But it's the most precious thing. They look as though they're dancing. It's up my palm. It's almost frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. It's as if they've been completely cut off from all the world's filth. My hands, however, are soaked in blood. I fear that bringing her into my world may taint her. Yeah. Low self-worth and also this whole thing about not being worthy of her. And then getting annoyed at yourself and by extension then later on with her. Or at least maybe not getting angry at her, but it just comes out that way because of your personality, even if you don't mean it. I capable of protecting this woman's purity. And this line very much has grown and twisted and grown and twisted and grown and twisted into whatever the heck he is currently doing by locking her up in the shed where she isn't able to interact with anything, but at the same time is not able to be defiled by filth, at least in his mind. But then again, that's a faulty logic, because she's definitely going down a mental spiral very hard, very fast, because of him trying to do things to protect her in his own way. And it definitely doesn't help that all his connections are other people like him, connections with the mafia, whose hands are also bloody, and she just had to go and talk to his brother Tommaso, who is definitely a person he would like to keep her away from. Yeah, which more extensively then extended the problem and led to this locking up situation. Oh boy. And yet, as I watched her so joyously playing, I felt as though I had gotten close to her. I was the one being a child that day. Jacopo, it's me, Maria. Is it alright if I come in? Maria. It's fine, come in. Alrighty. Color me surprised. I didn't think you'd let me in. Have I ever denied your access to my room? Nope, but you've been looking pretty glum lately. I've never exactly been a cheery man. True enough. I know you told me before not to talk about your wife, but I'm going to stick my nose where it doesn't belong today. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately about you getting rough with her. I mean, you've got the poor thing locked up in a shed outside. You're not leaving the best impression on anyone. You here to box my ears? I don't know. 50-50? The other half is I'm concerned about you. I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone without a good reason. You're not. I thought you were friends with her. I am. And it hurts seeing her in so much pain. Then why has that not changed the way you act around me? I would think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids. Oh, I see how it is. You don't trust me. We've known each other for so long. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in pain too. I can see that. You've always bottled things up, kept them hidden. Yeah, very conflicted about his own standing and self-worth regarding the when compared to the white-haired girl. Is he really worthy of her? You're too proud to rely on others, but you should probably vent to someone before it reaches the point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember the promise we made a while back? How far back? Back when you were still shorter than me. You were 14 and I was 12. Okay. I had to leave town, and you came to see me off. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. I was surprised, even if I didn't show it. Ooh. Good. Backstory. Backstory. Jacopo? Uh, where's your dad? Or are you here alone? He didn't even tell me. Ah, there's no reason you have to leave town. My old man says the Campanelas have more power. I should be the one leaving. It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. Huh. We were kids, but we'd both kinda started to catch on with the situation with our families and the bonds that land held on us. Although we didn't know any of the details at the time, my oh, is this from? I assume this was Maria's perspective. Is it not? Ah, backlog. Ah, my grandpa owned all the land in the city was built on, but he was a very conservative man. Like that sounds like Maria's situation is that she is a servant currently, but is her family originally really wealthy? Because this very much sounds like this would be Jacopo's uh Jacopo's position. I don't know. I guess I'll keep my voice neutral until I can fully realize who is the one narrating. My grandpa owned the land, owned all the land the city was built on, but he was a very conservative man. He didn't try to spread his influence, instead opting to fortify what he already had. I don't know exactly when it first started, but organizations were used to administrate cities. And when we were kids, my dad was the... Okay, but I'm just gonna assume this is, yeah, from Jacopo's side. Because I always thought that Maria was American, but she might also be from Italy or Malta or Italy or whatever. When we were kids, my dad was the capo familia and my grandpa his consigliere. But just because he was an advisor didn't mean he was powerless. While my dad made the decisions, my grandpa was the only one allowed to fight him on them. Ah, okay, so they both. Okay. Once I realize from whose perspective this is, because I originally thought this was from Maria's perspective, but yeah, okay, so both of them were from Italy, Malta, wherever. Uh, your father was a Capodicina that served under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that, but yeah, I'll go back and reread this text whenever I get the full understanding on who is talking right now. So who was under who. But parents' quarreling doesn't affect their kids, or at least that's what I thought at the time, and what you probably thought too. But there was still a chance we could be caught in the crossfire. So my dad decided to send me and my mom away. Off the island and to the north were some more prosperous areas. He thought that by sending us there, we could live our lives clean, regardless of where we came from. There's no changing what's in your blood, though. You could have told me too. Or were you planning on leaving without saying anything? No, it was just all decided so quickly. Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're opposed to it, Maria. No, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. Okay, so this really makes me think that it is from Maria's perspective, which is like, yeah, that's what I initially thought, but then I got confused because I wasn't exactly sure if Maria was uh, related to the mafia. Um, um, Let me just quickly do a read through so I can get on back on the track. Is you dead or are you alone? I'm just gonna read this in silence. So Maria's grandpa owned all the land. And Jacopo's father was Capo de Sina. Yeah, so serving under, yeah, the second right hand man, I guess. I don't know. So my dad decided to send me and my mom away. Yeah, and that's why she's currently leaving. Off the island and to the north were some more prosperous areas. Yeah, okay. Good. Sorry that I maybe I even shouldn't have in the first place been confused about that, but something about the way it was presented made me a bit confused. But yeah, so yeah, Maria's dad is was at the time, maybe still is, the head of the families or the whole organization maybe. Maria's granddad is the advisor, and Jacopo's dad is the second in command or right hand man or whatever who serves under Maria's dad. And Maria was sent away. Okay. You just gave up and accepted it straight away. Huh. I thought you were better than that. You think I don't know that? I'll just be in my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid, a girl. I wouldn't be of any help if something happened. I don't want to need someone to protect me. Yeah, so I don't know if I said this before, but I previously felt like since Jacopo and Maria had history that maybe Jacopo was in love with her. Or maybe it was mutual, but they never got together or something. I've never once thought of you as a girl. Like here again, we see Jacopo's character fully in action. He tried to say a compliment, but it came out like this. Although maybe Maria will like this. Hey now, that's mean. Oh jeez. Thanks, Jacopo. You're getting me all mushy too. If anyone should be sad here, it's me. I'm not sad. Oh, really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby after all, Jacopino. Jacopino? Hey, when have I ever cried? Don't call me that. I made you mad. Short fused as ever, I see. You've got to learn to keep your head. You're a man, and heir to the Bersatu family. Don't you lecture me. So big-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone. Hey, Maria. Got a little time to spare? Yeah, sure, but not much. The carriage is gonna be here soon. Do you have enough for a trip to the hill and back? Yeah, I should have time for that. Okay. Cool. Because our families, we weren't really able to get along with the other kids in the city, so we played up a lot up at the top of that hill. It became kind of like our secret lair. It was an abandoned house up there. I guess an old farmhouse or something, and kids loved that sort of thing, you know? We called it Casa Nostra, our home, and we pretended it was actually ours. We drew circles on the wall in chalk and used it for target practice. We brought up a bale of straw and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd stay the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going and just let us do our thing. Oh yeah, there was this one time we were playing and a huge storm rolled in, trapping us inside. Trapping us there. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard I thought the house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night. Hey, Nero, you're here to see me off too? Ah, there you go, wagging your tail with that dumb look on your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you? It wasn't just the two of us who had made Casa Nostra our home base, though. There was one more. A stray black dog. I'm pretty sure it didn't have actually black fur, though, and it was just really, really dirty. Of course he doesn't. He's a stupid animal. But don't talk about him like that. He's one of us. What were you planning to do about Nero? Just leave him behind? Nothing else I can do. Man can't bring a dog in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it'll be fine. You take care of Nero, alright? He doesn't like me. You're the only one who can take care of him. Maybe so, but I'm not coming back. He'll starve to death if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt, so I doubt he could win in a fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me? You said you won't be coming back. Did you mean that? You absolutely never returning to this town? There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I've turned into quite the cynic, huh? Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be be in my room in a pile of dolls right about now. My head in the clouds. I can't imagine you doing that, nor do I think that's normal. Well said. Ah, hey, stop that, Nero. Quit licking me. That tickles. And you reek. Maria. What is it? Come back. I don't care if you don't know when it'll be. Just don't say you'll never return. No one knows how things are gonna end up. Maybe my old man will gain more power. Or maybe yours will. If things continue as they are, it'll be your old man. Then, down the line, I will work in service of the Campaniella family. And that's just fine by me. But even if that's not the future that lies ahead, I promise I will make a place for you. So, Maria, question. Do you have a crush on me? What? Kidding, I'm just kidding. No need for a conniption fit. I was just playing around. Yeah, that was a crazy effect. But I feel like she hit the bullseye. Here I am trying to have a serious conversation, and then you... Listen to me. Don't have any of those, those kind of feelings for you. I consider you a lifelong friend. My one and only friend. That's why I came to see you off. And that's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or a boy is irrelevant. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Am I wrong? Okay. Okay, sure. Let's believe you for now and say that it truly is platonic and you're not romantically invested in her. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Which is a fun line to have when you are currently in romance or you're currently married and it's not going well. Don't you laugh, damn it. It's humiliating. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Yeah, we've always been on the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one else understood just how lonely it was, wearing a mask for all the other kids, trying to fit into their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out, after all. Neither of us had any real allies. The word allies here brought up. Except for each other, of course. Nope. I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. If you hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around. You're a sick girl, Maria. So, hey, Jacopo. This place will still be Casa Nostra even after I leave, right? You won't do anything to it, will you? Of course not. This is our home. That was always the plan. Right. Thanks. Though, you being all nice is kinda creepy, Jacopo. It's not gonna start snowing, is it? Oh, rude. Well, if you're gonna be like that, then I'm not sure I want to give it to you. Huh? Give what? A present? You should have said so sooner. Gimme. You don't have a sense of... you don't have a shred of tact, do you? What's it matter? Come on, what did you bring? Let me have it, soldier. Oh, Maria, consider this a temporary parting gift. You'd been wanting one of these for a while. Hmm? Oh, is that a cartridge? From a Colt Navy? No way. Did she swipe it? I'll probably catch hell for it too. Wow, this is amazing. I always want to get my hands on the real thing. This is from the one hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad was bragging about. They just started selling them this year, and it's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one, or so I hear. Man, guns from the New World are something else, alright. Just imagining the moment the hammer comes crashing down on the back of this sends chills down my spine. Are you sure you're a girl? Going crazy over a bullet cartridge? Yeah. Hey, you can have whatever interests you want. I won't judge. That's the big deal. I like what I like. You'll get in trouble if you don't put this back though, won't you? Don't worry, I'll return it when you return. And I won't tell anyone I gave it to you. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. It'll be my treasure. This goes without saying, but don't you lose it. I'm giving it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things play out with our families, we will always be friends. That cartridge symbolizes that promise. It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be your friend. Always be on your side. Don't you ever go back on those words. I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar. I trust you, Maria. We'll meet again. It may be many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade. Cute, wholesome. She still have it? I wonder. Also, it's what's the term for it? Occam's razor or Chekhov's gun? Chekhov's gun, I guess. Gun-related thing cartridge mentioned. It's probably gonna come back in the most horrible way imaginable, with someone getting shot with a gun that has that cartridge attached into it. One of them is gonna shoot the other, or themselves. Oh boy. How long have we been going on? Okay, we can still go. We've recorded for like, I don't know, hour and 30-ish. God, you were adorable back then. And short, to boot. But now you've hardened so much. I was flabbergasted when I next saw you. Dressed all fancy from head to toe. You'd become quite the smug little bastard, I'd thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore. Huh. You have quite the memory. Well, yeah. I don't forget my promises. And I'd never forget what I'd said. I'd always be on your side. The question is, did you remember? I did. I remember every word you said that day. And as I said, I left Casa Nostra as it was. Though it is quite some distance away now. I imagine if we went back, and did a little work on it, we could have it looking just like old times. And Nero? Yeah, about a year after you left, he suddenly disappeared. I wonder if he's gonna come back. I mean, probably not, because he's assumedly much later, so he might already be dead due to old age, or some other means of dying. And just for the record, I did take care of him, as you told me to. I'm guessing he got in a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him. Well, it has been more than a decade. Not everything's gonna be exactly the same. You, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago. Neither have you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core, I believe you haven't changed at all. Still the same old Jacopino. Do not call me that. I have changed quite a bit, unlike you, and I am well aware of it. Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive of everything you could have said? Of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was mentioned exactly which one of their families is currently in power, but it is a nice contrast that her family was at the top and his family served before, but now it's role reversal here. You are proof of the existence of a kind of friendship that can transcend gender, blood, and any other such distinction. You know, it's honestly kind of bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass. Wow, harsh words. Come on now, hear me out. You almost had me blushing there. Anyway, before you put that stick back up there, tell me something. Am I still your only ally? You are. Of everyone in this mansion, I'm the only one? Yes. If she would at least have a little more. The madam? I didn't actually intend to treat her like that. Believe me, Jacopo, I know. Jacopo, I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did is pretty awful. But hey, I'm not a girl, according to you anyway. I will always be on your side, no matter what. God, I feel as though I'm being consoled. That's what I was going for. I should have never opened up to you. Hey, now's probably not the best time to bring this up, but I have a letter. A letter written by the madam. Here. A letter from my wife? Let me see it. Okay, he was in a good mood, so hopefully this goes well. Pray hard. What the hell am I reading? I was considering keeping it a secret, but having seen it, I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so I decided it was best to show you. Who is this? Who is this letter for? It's as if... But that can't... I love you? Who is she writing to? I don't know this man. Take a deep breath, Hikopo, and listen to me. The madame is having an affair. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck, Maria? What the fuck, Maria? No. Surely not. Surely this must be some kind of mistake on my understanding here. Maria, what the fuck? Surely you're not stirring up the flames. Wait, but that would explain a lot why he has such this, why he's not being synced up with Madame and, oh, what the fuck? The music also cut out, which I feel like that's... I'm understanding this correctly, and... What? Okay. Huge plot twist if that's the case. Let's see if I was mistaken, I guess. Scene end. Yeah. Okay, that I guess that kind of seals the case. Whoa. No idea whose perspective this is from. I haven't changed the bit. If you seriously believe that, then I've got news for you, pal. Anyone who acts exactly the same as they did in the past is doing just that. Acting. Much like I do around you. This is from Maria's perspective. My fucking god. Maria, what the fuck? Okay, I guess we have our villain. Oh my god. And this is... She's not even gonna get caught. She's gonna get away with it, I feel like. I'm gonna do this one more scene because even though that would be a great place to leave off, I promised a little longer video, so... Okay, let's hear this music though. Yeah, opera. This sounds like Russian. Okay, the music is going hard. Let's just go with it and listen to her monologue, I guess. Her friendship will never change. A fucking joke. You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in. And they call you astute. Can you taste the fucking irony? Oh my god. What a switch up. Well, that just makes things easier for me. My god, it's suffocating playing the good girl. That stupidly cheerful little ray of sunshine, Maria. Ah, sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. Can't stop. God, watching him lose his coolness was incredible. My sides hurt just thinking about it. I'm glad I gave her more an energetic of a voice so I can... It's more easy to switch it up to a more villainous voice later on. You're saying... You're telling me she wrote this? Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting. Why? Why? Does she continue to betray me? Is she not taken enough already? What else could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from my gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down. But yet still, she finds other men who want her. told her it wouldn't happen again. If she betrayed me one more time, I'd kill her. Jacopo. Out of my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. Ask her what this letter's about. Who this man is. And depending on how she answers, I may have to... Hold it, Jacopo. Calm down. Silence. How am I supposed to stay calm right now? Listen to me. Relax. You're trying to talk to her right now, and you aren't going to get anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, aren't you? Besides, you think she's going to tell you the truth even if you do manage to ask? Of course not. She may look all prim and proper, but that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but... Not a bad person? The woman who wrote this letter? To another man? She crossed the line, you hear me? I agree with you there. She's gone too far with this letter. But remember, she's your wife and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what will happen if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. It's not gonna look good for you. She may be nobility, but I have the Koska. We have our own way of taking care of these kinds of problems. Still, it's plain as day. It'll only make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet. Are you telling me to act like nothing's happening when she so blatantly disrespects me? Jacopo, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with the madam. You know that. She'll listen to me. So I'll make sure it gets through to her. Just how much you care about her. I couldn't ask you. It would be disgraceful. That's nothing to be ashamed of. What did I tell you? I'm on your side, and you're on mine. We're in this together. You can ask me things you couldn't ask others to do. I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep absolutely under wraps. Damn it. You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I always lose myself in her presence. If I try talking to her now, I probably will do something rash. Yes. Well, probably. I'll make sure everything works out. Got it? You and the madam can go back to the way things used to be. So you don't have to suffer anymore. I'll take care of it. I'm the only one who understands your pain. And I'm the only one who can help you out of it. Maria. Oh, don't make that face, Jacopino. Thank you, Maria. Please, let her know that even if she is seeing other men, and even if she does silently mock me for not being of noble blood, that I still love her, that I don't want to raise my hand against her. Fucking God. You love her? That's a riot. You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. I will say though, I was surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite the little crush you got on her. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto, all your problems would be solved. But you can't even manage that, which is why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of something, Jacopo, you never let go of it. And she's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madam. I got nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. There's no stopping now. Not when I've got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down gives me goosebumps. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust. Oh my god. How did he react to the letter? Well, yeah, about that. Would he not take it? Oh no, he took it. Just, don't feel too bad about this, madam. He said he's too busy with work. And tossed the letter aside. Oh, Maria. I hate you and I love you for that. But like, what the fuck? Poor white-haired girl, poor Jacopo. Poor Jacopo. I didn't expect I would be saying that after the last part. Oh my god. I told him to make sure he writes you a reply, but he hasn't gotten around to it at all. I see. That's a shame. It kills me to see you like this, madam. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. Not even taking a little bit of time out of his day to read the letter you poured your soul into writing. It's unacceptable. I'm sure he really is busy. He did not throw it away, though, did he? I imagine he means to read it when he has more time. Madam, everything he's done to you, you still think he means well? I have faith. My timing was poor, that's all. I believe in him. I believe that the day will come when he gives me his attention again, as he did before. Madam, so could I ask you to believe with me, Maria? I have faith that he will once more show me his love, and that mine will reach him. Something tells me that it will all work out if you pray for it. Yeah, okay. If you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. I'll get down on my knees for you, madam. I'll have faith. Thank you. I would like to write another letter. When it is complete, could I ask you to deliver it to him? I'll give him as many as you want. As many as it takes for you to get through to him. You really ought to learn not to be so trusting, madam. Take a real close look, and you'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. And the reincarnation of the Mother of God. Oh God, I just can't hold back the laughter. This is a stage of my own creation. We didn't have enough actors, so the playwright had to take on a role herself. Only adds to the excitement. Yes, this is all my masterpiece. You're just ignorant puppets dancing to my tune. From the first shot to the last, blind to whose finger is sitting on the trigger. Listen to me, Jacopo, and try to keep your head. I saw that, madam. meeting with another man behind your back. You know the arch in the rose garden? The far side's out of sight from the mansion, making it a perfect place to hide. I saw her back there. Oop, oop. From the looks of it, the madam is having her meetings with one of the men who comes to your business gatherings. And they don't act like they're just friends. But just to be clear, I don't have solid proof. So it would be best if you didn't mention this to her yet. You wouldn't want to start throwing around accusations, only to find out too late it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get to the bottom of it, so you... I think the madam might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. She's giving these suggestive looks. But to whom, I can't pinpoint. A lot of people come in and out of this house after all. What? You want to keep her from leaving her room? That might be for the best. So much going so well. It makes me think even God's on my side. They could just talk it over with one another. But they won't, and they're in deeper and deeper shit for it. You're the only one who I can trust, Maria. And the timing that night, my God, it was perfect. Hey, Jacopo. I could just be misreading her, but something seems off about the madam. Like she's been on edge or something. I tried to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she let slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You were going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I'd suggest you get that taken care of quickly. Dance? At this time of night? Yep, that too was her planning. My God. Yep, and since it's so late, loud music. All you get is a little whistling courtesy of me. But this room is too small for... We'll use the Great Hall. Wouldn't that put us in everyone else's way? He would probably complain about the noise too. No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today. After that, he's got a meeting. So hey, he'll be staying the night elsewhere. I thought you would not be back until tomorrow. How would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? Yeah. The story, it's recapping a bit of the story, but I did clue in on that already, yeah. You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you? No. What would I possibly want you out of the house for? I'm sure you know better than anyone. What? What is that smell? Perfume? When did you get perfume? I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath, red as a beet. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? I'm sorry. This is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse. No, you need not feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interests at heart. She doesn't suspect me even in the slightest. I was able to put that perfume to great use. That money-sucking leech Tommaso showed up at the perfect time too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. A jealous man is a wonderful thing, always imagining the worst and making matters worse for it. Wow, wow, is that you, Tommaso? Been so long. What brings you here? Oh, looky who it is. Little Miss Campanella. There's a surprise. Didn't expect to see you this side of the Great Blue. Oh, I've been giving Jacopo a hand. Well, color me surprised. After what happened, I wouldn't thought you'd want nothing to do with him. Yeah, I was trying to save some theorizing or ideas afterwards, but since it's being kind of brought up here, I guess it is my current thoughts is that she's doing this for her family for falling from grace or something. Like Jacopo's family took over or got stronger, and her family got weaker because of that, and she's either taking it very personally or her family ordered her to do things this way, and she was very much on board with it, is where I was going. Also, a wild side theory was something like this music sounding kinda Russian, that she's actually some kind of Russian spy, but no, I don't think that's the case. That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it. Well, would sure be nice for all you younger generation to go through life without nothing to spark that kind of powder keg. Not that it's my place to talk. No need to worry about yourself, any of that. Oh, what brings you here, Tommaso? I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying afloat. Ah, I see. So you're here to beg for offerings? It's shameless, Tommaso. No point in, no point in having shame if I ain't making money. Toss that out with the chamber pot. Hell, might make things easier if I just quit being human altogether. Are you that hard for cash? Unfortunately. Numbers were supposed to go up, but for some reason they ended up going down instead. Might be pissed if you kick the gambling habit. Now, that's like telling me to go off myself. I bet. So say, Tommaso, maybe I could pitch in a bit too. Oh, you mean it? That'd be a huge help. There's seriously not a scrap of shame in you. However, in exchange, I'd like you to do something for me. Someone whose face needs a visit from my fists. Depending on the number, I could also possibly cut them into chunks and toss them into the ocean. Whoa, let's keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. What is it then? Something a lowlife like me can do? It'll be easy. And it's nothing bad either. You're going to talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, there's something I'd like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though. That's so. Sounds like she's got it rough. She does, and she's religiously devoted to him too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck. I think that's something the two of them should work through. Normally, yes, but it's reached the point where I can't bear to sit back and watch anymore. I don't like seeing the two of them in pain. I want to do something for them. How noble. You're pretty devoted yourself, little lady. I'm not important right now. Just doing the right thing. But the thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figured maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me. Hmm, I doubt he'll listen to me either, to be honest. Come on, you used to be really close though, and I doubt he hates you. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Anywho, talking something anyone can do. So, what do you want me to tell him? I need you to give him a bit of a scolding. Tell him the madam came to you asking for advice and that she accidentally let slip that the way he treats her day to day causes her grief. I've never met this wife of his before, you know? Yeah, she's trying to pin the cheating on probably Tommaso. It works even better that way. She's so downtrodden she can't talk to anyone about it. And she thought that maybe you, being family, might be able to help. She's never met you, but she's still latched onto the ray of hope. And I'm sure when Jacopo finds out she brought it up with family, he'll know he can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside. You make a decent point. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up with him. Can't guarantee it'll change nothing. That's all you need to do. Thanks a bunch, Tommaso. Oh, right, one more thing. This is some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Ask him to give it to the madam as a gift. Yeah. If he won't take it, you keep it. Give it to another woman, sell it, whatever you want. Perfume, eh? Very thoughtful of you. Women do like getting gifts like that. Yes, we do. If big bad Jacopo gives her some of that, they'll be lovebirds again before you know it. I'm sure of it. Never thought day'd come when I got to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kinda excited about this. Stay focused, Tommaso, and thanks. Also, you didn't hear any of this from me. I'm fine just pulling the strings from the shadows. Their relationship's in complete shambles. And Jacopo still insists he fucking loves her. And the madam says she still believes in him. Seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo, poor madam. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next. And how far it keeps rolling. Naturally, I will be nudging it along its way. Because after all, a play lives or dies by the director's hands. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna end it here. Although the maid has something to tell us, but that can wait for next time. It feels like a great place to end. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a lot. I how do I not keep seeing like these twists are like so well not obvious, but like there are things that you could predict. Like there are characters so you could just predict that they will be doing some wild shit. Why did I not even think that Maria was gonna betray them? I don't know. I might have thrown an idea like that around, but nope, I had no idea. It wasn't even on my mind, on my list of things to possibly happen for real. But yeah, like I quickly mentioned there, because they started talking about it a bit, I suspect the reason Maria is doing this is because of the family situation, that her family used to be on top. Now Jacopo's family is on top. she wants revenge because her family is not at the top anymore or something like that. Yeah. But also there is an extra element here because Maria is yapping about playwrights and being the one to orchestrate things, and she definitely is getting enjoyment out of that too. So you have to wonder if there is anything else going on with her motives beyond just family stuff, which I'm not fully locked in on that. It's just my first and only real idea for now, that her motive is just her family. But if I'm open to other ideas too that are not yet explained or I haven't thought of. But yeah, there may be something more with her motives with the whole wanting to orchestrate things and see how things play out. And then, not regarding Maria herself, but like there's this whole meta aspect to it that she keeps saying that I need the storyteller needs to get involved or play things out and change things or guide things along. That also like obviously made me think that it's not just Maria, but the actual storyteller of the story, the maid, or maybe us or someone is obfuscating. How do you say that word? Hiding the real truth of the story, and we are being fed lies. So, like, we have an unreliable narrator or something, which is obviously always a possibility with any story where you have memory loss or you're telling past events from the mouth of someone else. So yeah, that's something else to keep in mind. The real question is, was this the best part so far? No, part door one ending with Nelly was so good. It just hit me personally really good. But I think this might be like storytelling wise, this might be a better twist because that was like, yeah, Nelly was attached to Mel, but it still came quite out of nowhere how hard she went for things at the end. Yukimasa reveal, I that was just some 4D chess. I, yeah, that was just great, and this reveal here is this was the most, I guess, equally well built up compared to Yukimasa being the beast situation. But yeah, I don't know how to compare these two. Great twists all around in this game. Oh boy. Yeah, let's, like Maria said, let's see where this fucking ball is gonna keep rolling. Definitely not towards happy places, but we'll see if she can get away with it. I'm just gonna keep the not magazine, but what was it called? The thing Jacopo gave to her as a kid. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind. It's the thing that will probably come back if this was a normal. Yeah, if this was a normal story, if this was a normal visual novel, then that magazine clip, whatever it was called, would be used by either Jacopo or the white-haired girl, or perhaps both of them, to shoot Maria at the very end and gain happiness. But that's obviously not going to happen in this story, unless that's the plot twist that this actually is a happy ending. But I'm not placing any bets on that. I'm gonna bet that the someone is gonna get shot with that, and it's probably gonna be Maria shooting Jacopo, or making one of them shoot one of Jacopo and the white-haired girl shoot each other with it. Oh, fuck this game. Why is it so good? I don't know. Yeah, I need a little bit of a break. I was meant to record 2 more things today, but I'm not sure if I can. Uh, I guess we'll see later. Yeah. Anyways, Patreon, 2 week early access, the whole shebang in the description. Yeah. Okay. Bye.